Group C collectively chose to redesign a Keurig coffee maker when it was determined that we were all familiar with it and had access to the appliance. The pain points we chose to address were wastefulness of packaging, vague interface, lack of touchscreen, and the need to implement a more visual design. We established the following criteria as a basis for our individual redesigns. Incorporate a large pod that makes 48 ounces of coffee, allow the user to choose between 3 sizes of servings, 8, 12, and 16 ounce, and 3 strengths of brew, light, medium, and dark. Incorporate a freshness indicator light so the coffee doesn't sit unused for an extended period of time, and include the following design elements: touch screen, on-off button, auto-off timer function, and place start and ready sensor. One of the main differentiating factors for my own design and those of my fellow Group C members is the use of iconography in place of text. I found that labeled text was extraneous in this context. The icon-based design tried to do away with the need for text, seeing it as a limiting factor, not a clarifying one. When I did add status to the pod water status area, that whole concept was one of the pain points of my design. Okay, so what I'd like you to do is, this is the coffee interface for a new thing, and they give you essentially, it's one pod, and I'll give you choice of an 8, 16, or 12 ounce cup, which you have. And so what I'd like you to do, you have to use the mouse here because it's not touch, but give me an 8 ounce cup of dark roast. And when it's ready to brew, the 3 would be green, and you click on that there. Cool. Could you check the status?
Where's the coffee come out?
Okay, exactly. Did you? Okay, give me a 12 ounce of light roast.
All right, status is green. We got a pod. We got water.
Let's check the water.
Nah, I don't know.
Check the status of the pod.
All right, I'll check it. Oh shoot! It's 75% water. What's the other 25%?
Thanks. Okay, click on that and let's go back to the start. Let's start again.
All right, you want to do this over without the commentary?
No, we're still doing it. I like commentary. I'd like a 16 ounce medium roast, please.
Can I just do 2 8s?
It's a wise guy and everything. Oh wait, could you restart that? Okay, good. And I'd like an 8. Yeah, I'd like 1 8.
2 8s? Or just one?
1 8 medium roast.
1 8 medium roast.
And
oh, by the way, did you want the extra vanilla flavor with nuts, or did you want?
See, this is what I have to deal with. Test. So on this, do you have any comments about?
I can verify that we have never ever met before, nor have I ever had a cup of coffee in my life.
Okay, but could you reset this so that it start again? Now, I did not explain to you any of these icons or anything, correct?
As God is my witness, I have never ever had the thorough indoctrination of this virtual coffee machine.
What I want to know is was it intuitive?
Yes. I would say it is intuitive.
Okay, so you have the interface on it. Make me a 16 ounce cup of light roast. Okay, good. Check the status, please, on the... Okay, let's go back to the beginning. Yeah. Okay, give me an 8 ounce roast of dark. Okay. Press it one more time just to reset it there, because there's no electronic thing to say it's ready now, but that would be it. Okay. Now, tell me, what do you think? Is this intuitive? Does this tell you everything you need to know about making your own personal cup of coffee?
Yeah, because you have the 1, 2, 3 steps, and they go in order.
Is there any pain points? Anything that you?
The colors are very clear. The sizes are very clear. And the fact that you have to do this, I don't understand as much. I have to look at it a little more.
But what does it tell you just by looking at it? Anything?
Pod, yes or no?
Mm-hmm. Well, this is a single pod unit, so the idea is that you get one single pod, and you need to check the status if it's got all of its Grains.
And then the water is full or not. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you. That's pretty much it. The overall understanding and clarity of the design was positive. Without specific instructions, both my testers were able to achieve satisfactory results. My testing protocol was simple. It was task-oriented. I asked for several iterations of specific cups of coffee. For instance, one was a 16-ounce light roast or an 8-ounce dark cup of coffee. Both testers were able to figure out how to achieve that result without any prompting. The icon-based interface was successful. The absence of a true heating engine for the test left the final green ready light as the only point at which I would have to narrate or explain. The task-oriented testing method seemed to be the best way to understand how users interfaced with the system. Kenny's prototype interface includes a large touchscreen display with large-sized buttons. The interface gave the tester a very simple and organized interface that was easy to understand and to perform the given task adequately and accurately without mistake. Similar to Andrew's and Tina's design, this interface showed all the options on one screen. The tester selected their selection choices and were prompted by flashing or illuminating lights. The status bar also tells the tester when the coffee is brewing and when it is ready. Each user found the process to run smoothly without any issues, problems, or mess-ups. The button sizes and interface organization were faultless. Though the interface did not produce perfect scoring, neither tester had statements for improvements, and both thought it would be difficult to make more superior.
It's ready.
Tina's prototype interface includes knobs that allow the user to select size and brew strength, and a simple digital interface that allows the user to see the status of their beverage and directs them to complete their next task in order to make the beverage. Similar to Kenny's redesign, this version incorporated both text and visual indicators. And similar to Andrew's redesign, icons were incorporated as well. During the testing process, this prototype was successful in that users understood how to complete the assigned task quickly. Feedback was positive, and the redesign was well received and interpreted.
In Prototype 1, while many of the initial process steps to brew a cup of coffee were unchanged, such as power on, lift handle, insert K-cup, and lower handle, the process through brew customization interface was redesigned. One of the main differences within the prototype compared to the following prototypes was the design of the digital screen that would slide through the user selection instead of a stagnant user interface. Additionally, the combination use of icons and text to assist in guiding the user through the experience was utilized.
The testing process was very simple to say the least, as users were instructed to brew a cup of coffee of their choosing, utilizing a paper model and changing the screen base on how the test subject moved through the user interface. While the digital touchscreen design provided the user with an intuitive means in finding their desired selection, the actual confirmation of the selection needs to be improved by developing an indicator to provide positive confirmation of selection as indicated by test subjects. While positive confirmation indication could be more developed through technical applications, unfortunately, we cannot be testing this through paper models. As a group, the redesigns were more successful than not. This might in fact be due to the clarity of the original redesign criteria and the focus on task-oriented design. The process that the criteria helped define in turn helped to keep the workflow and the visual aspects of the redesigns simple and direct. While each designer in the group came up with varying degrees of visual orientation for their respective interfaces, each of their processes were remarkably similar. One might surmise that the success of a user interface relies heavily on the foundational criteria that the design group first establishes. Clarity of tasks needed, awareness of so-called pain points, and a focused idea of the context in which the interface lives.